good morning. Welcome to Hobby Evolution, episode 1274. It's Friday. It's high school football season. It's Anawan homecoming, so I got to rock the maroon and white. Fight on, old Anawan. Fight, fight, fight. It is homecoming in my hometown. I won't be going. The other night I was thinking maybe I'll make a quick trip down just to go to the game and come back tomorrow morning, but I'm like, maybe next year. So, and next year will be my 25th year reunion. So maybe usually we do our class reunions during our annual fun days, but I know some classes this year are doing their reunions surrounding the homecoming. So maybe that's something we'll do next year. So many homecoming memories, though. And now looking back, I remember yesterday I was thinking because on Thursdays, we would do like all week during homecoming week, we would cause trouble. And now looking back, we were fucking stupid. Like, I'm looking back at the shit we did, and we were not as bad as some of the previous classes or even generations. But I guess that's like with time, like you look back and what kids were doing in some eras is, you couldn't get away with in the next generation and then the next generation. But I'm looking back at what we did. I shouldn't say this, but it's 25 years ago. But we would do so all week long, and homecoming week started Sunday night. Like our celebration for homecoming would start Sunday night. Now, our tradition, this is how fucking stupid we were. Our tradition was to steal outhouses. Yeah, steal outhouses. Now, I guess we didn't steal them. We more or less borrowed them. Most people didn't care. But some did. Some did. And it's like, where the fuck do you find outhouses? I don't know how we found them, but we were in every year. Every year, high school students were able to find multiple outhouses, take them, and then what did we do? This is how fucking stupid we were. A lot of F-bomb. Friday, F-bomb Friday. F-bomb Friday. What would we do with these stolen outhouses? We've already committed one crime. Let's take the outhouses and put them on the football field where the football team is going to be playing on Friday night. What the fuck? We were morons. We were idiots. So this would all start on Sunday night. And so each night we would go out and whoever, there were scouts, like, so basically if you're a city folk, if you grew up in like New York City, Chicago, Miami, you're like, where do you find outhouses in the Midwest? Back in the day, and I don't know, I guess if you had to poop, it'd be nice to have an outhouse. You can pee anywhere, but you had to take a dump, it'd be nice to have some toilet paper and some coverage. So outhouses, and I think it must have been like way back when, like the 50s, the 60s, because I don't think there's outhouses, and maybe there are, maybe they're just like the plastic outhouse. No, these were not like porta potties that you see at the county fair. These were like old wooden outhouses from like the 1940s. And a lot of farms that were in fields. And so I guess we committed multiple crimes because we would trespass and then we would commit theft of a outhouse. And then we would put it on the football field, which is probably a crime. I don't know. It was a crime in the football coach's eyes. And it should have been. So we would do this, and Thursday night was the snake dance, where even more crimes were committed. And so the snake dance would begin with a bonfire at like 6 o'clock out at House Park, which was our in House Park at that time was like 2 baseball diamonds in like a concession stand. That's it. That's what House Park was. Now it's like a huge, well, not huge, but it's huge for small town. I think they have 3 or 4 diamonds now. They've got like a community center. The park has been fixed up. It's a really nice complex now. So we would have in like the parking lot, in the parking lot of House Park, we would have this big bonfire, and then that's when the snake dance started. And the snake dance is you all hold hands, like the entire high school, all 140 of us. We would snake through town. La, 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 la. We would snake through town. Not only that, we would snake through businesses. Yes, 140 kids, some drunk, would snake through the IGA, snake through the bars, snake through people's houses. I think my freshman year, we snaked through my neighbors across the street because Chewy, he wasn't even in high school. It was like, but I think the senior class were like, oh, let's go through Chewy's house because they must have did it the year before and thought, oh, let's do this. So we snaked through the house. About 10 years before I was in high school, I was just a wee little lad. They snaked over somebody's car. So yeah, just wild shit for a small town. And then to top off all this stupidness, we would sit. So there's 2 main highways. There's an interstate that's north of town, like on the north edge of town of Anawan. And then there's 2 main highways, Route 6, Route 78. Those 2 intersect on the east edge of town. And so we would snake to the 4-way stop. That's what we call it, the 4-way stop. That's what we still call it, the 4-way. And sit down in the intersection. We would stop traffic. I think my junior year, we had multiple law enforcement agencies in town. I think we made the Channel 8 news. So I'll have to go through and see if there's any articles about the snake dance because it was some wild shit. So and also I shouldn't. We did some stuff. I'm not going to say this. Zach makes a joke about statute of limitations, so I'm not going to say anything about, and I shouldn't. There were things at the bonfire, freshman initiation, that at the time it's like, oh, this is fun. But now looking back, and so I think our senior, going into our senior year, ahead of the snake dance, some of the parents were like, no, this is not going to happen. Like, this initiation is not going to happen. And of course, we're like dumbass 17-year-old kids. We're like, oh, that's stupid. Well, it's not anything. And now looking back, it's like, man, that's like, there's no way. Like, if some of the things that were done at freshman initiation were done today, it would go viral and people would be pissed off and crazy shit. Yeah, it's homecoming week. So the snake dance, I think the snake dance, the school tried to take it over, and I did find I was looking at old newspaper articles, and I did see where in 1984, like a police officer, an Anawan police officer, went to this town board and was like, the crimes are committed, and there needs to be a school conducted activity after the bonfire because the snake dance is causing too much trouble, and that didn't happen for another almost 20 years. So I think the year after, And it might have been my senior year where the school tried to do something, but we ended up doing our own thing, obviously. But I don't know if I think it was just done. Like my senior year, we ruined homecoming. We ruined homecoming. So tonight is homecoming at Anawan, the football game. So I'm curious. I assume there hasn't been a snake dance in 20 years, or 20 or more, 22 years, 23 years, 24 years. So I don't even know who they play. Anawan Weathersfield, the Titans. So homecoming week at Anawan. Go Titans. Goodwill Pallet was secured yesterday. It's a good one. So really, I can't tell where it's going to rank. I think it's going to be similar to the last Goodwill Pallet, which was pretty good. I'm hoping that there's good or better stuff than Goodwill Pallet number 20, but there's some really cool stuff that I've only gone through. I'm going to show off some of the stuff. I went through one box. I grabbed 3 binders just to look at last night. And then there's a lot. I think this pallet has a lot of the similar stuff. I think it was from the same donation. I think somebody dropped off like a whole shit ton. That's like an actual weight, a shit ton. I think somebody just dumped off a shit ton, and it's like even the commons are good. It's like good commons to have because it's not 2020 to 2024. It's not 88 to 92. It's like 2009. But I was going through, there was an Allen and Ginter box, not an unopened box, but the actual 2009 Allen and Ginter box with cards in it. And usually when you see those boxes in a Goodwill Pallet, it's cherry picked. All the hits are taken out. It's just commons. But not the case with these last 2 pallets. So I'm excited to see what else is going to be in here because the hits weren't taken out. And there's like 3 or 4 more of these Allen and Ginter boxes, which I'm really excited to dig through. I've only gone through one of the 4, but all 3 relics were in the box. Now they're probably $5 relics on eBay. But I don't know what's in the others. It's going to be autographs. Is there going to be DNA relics? So I'm excited to see what else could be in there. There was a mini that's hand numbered out of 50. I did list that on eBay last night. So I'll show off. I've got some stuff. Grabbed some stuff yesterday. Some like cool random shit. And that's what I like. Cool random shit. That's the best part of the Goodwill pallets is some of the random shit that you come across. Peter's in the house. Good morning. Happy Friday. Sports Section Plus is here. Good morning to you. Listing and reorganizing the office desk and getting ready for the Friday the 13th movie marathon. It is Friday the 13th. Hey, I've got something to put on in the background, man. Nice. I am getting into the Halloween scary movie, which I guess it's the middle of September. It's, the leaves. We're changing colors already. One of my trees, it starts changing early, like around Labor Day. One of our trees in the backyard, and there's some other trees in the neighborhood that have already started to turn, which I'm just okay with it now. I used to just hate this time of year. Things are dying. It is kind of depressing when I take Ernie for a walk and we go through the park and like the weeds and the flowers are super tall, but they're dying. Like the sunflower season is already passed. And it's just kind of like, oh, things are dying. Here we go. Winter is coming. But I'm kind of excited. I'm kind of excited for hibernating this winter. My eBay sales over the last 2 months, I've put some heavy focus on my strategy with the eBay store, and it's paying off. So I'm looking to enhance that even further in the winter months and see what that will bring. in terms of eBay sales. So that's kind of a ramble on about Friday the 13th. But yesterday, I turned on, I think, Halloween, like one of the new ones, not the Rob Zombie Halloween, but there's like, how many Halloween movies are there now? Like 17. It's like they've remade like the original 3 times, the zombie version, and then I actually like the 2018 version more so than the zombie, but I haven't seen the zombie in a while. But hey, we've got another 6 weeks until Halloween, so I'm sure I'll have a chance. But yeah, Friday the 13th. Friday the 13th was my favorite movies as a kid, which I know sounds serial killer, psychopath shit, but my parents, like, I grew up, and I think this is another just sign of the times. I did have some friends that they couldn't watch, their parents didn't let them watch rated R, and they couldn't watch Beavis and Butthead and shit like that. My parents didn't give a fuck. Like, they're like, watch whatever you want. Like, watching a TV show isn't going to turn you into a psychopath. Like, you're just like, psychopaths and like serial killers, like, they're like just genetically born that way. Like, they're like, they just have these genes. Sometimes there's triggers. But playing video games and as long as you're not predisposed to those psychopath genes, you're gonna be okay. You can watch Friday the 13th as a 6-year-old and not go around summer camps killing people. It's gonna be okay. So I watched Friday the 13th. I was probably the only kid in my class that wore a bloody hockey mask to Halloween parades. Are like, oh, that kid's going to be a serial killer. No, that's not how this works. That's not how humans work. Let your kids watch rated R movies. David's in the house. Good morning. Johnny Boy Cards is here. Happy Friday. I'm going to a card show in Camp Hill, Pennsylvania. Anyone going to Camp Hill? Very nice. No card shows for me this week. In fact, I won't see this week. I got to look at my calendar. I've got some shit coming up. I think Macomb is the Macomb card shows tomorrow. Let's see. I've got next weekend, I've got a family reunion. And then Saturday, September 28th is the Madison card show at the Sheraton Hotel on John Nolan Drive. It's also Club 400's Sammy Sosa event. So I'm going to meet Sammy Sosa on the 20th. What a day. Madison card show, Sammy Sosa in the same day. Hell of a time. And then October, I'm actually going to be missing the Janesville show in October. We're going down to the Quad Cities to see Dave Attell. And then October 19th is the Madison card show. It comes quick. October's got a short, only 4 weekends. Do we have 5 weekends? 1, 2, 3. No, there's only 4 weekends in September. So there you go. Florida baseball card dudes in the house. What's happening? Good morning to you. Scotty Dubs is here. Happy Friday. Good morning. Sports card ripping teacher says it's the Blues Brothers stretch for the Cubs 106 miles to Chicago. Full tank of gas and a half a pack of cigarettes. Hit it. Red Light 34 is in the house. Good morning. Got my cards yesterday. Thank you. No, thank you. I appreciate it. Hit up my eBay store like Red Light 34 did, 99centcards.com. Buy 7 or more buy it now items at regular price. You'll save 25% off at checkout. I have to qualify that because we now run auctions. I now run auctions in my store. Currently, we've got football auctions live. Those end Tuesday night. We'll go live right here on YouTube Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Central, and we'll count down to the final hammer. And I've actually been really surprised at this week's auctions. I thought, well, this is going to be a dud. Apparently not. We've got, what's the bidding activity? 48 auctions have bids, totaling $105.95. So I'm extremely happy. What I've kind of noticed with my auctions is I get bidding activity early, which I kind of like. It shows you, hey, this is going to sell, where it's not like a race at the very end. So I like getting those bids in. So put those bids in, 99centcards.com. And I've got a second wave of football auctions starting on Sunday night. I've got 75 already scheduled for Sunday night. I think there's going to be a few more auctions added that begin on Sunday night. I think Sunday night auctions are actually going to be even better than what I've got going on Tuesday. Now, I won't be doing live streams for the Sunday night auctions, although I might. We'll see when we get there a week from Sunday. So we shall see. But check out the auctions, 99centcards.com. And of course, over 100,000 singles in the Buy It Now section. Brian, good morning. Remember when Leaf had fake autographs? Yes, of I believe it was Kane Hodder, who played Jason Voorhees. Wonder how many certified autos are fake. Yeah. Well, and you hear stories, and it's unfortunately it's kind of become common where friends and family are signing. Somebody gets 5,000 stickers or cards to sign, and they like, hey, your brother's sitting next to you, like, hey, can you sign some of these? Like, I bet there are a lot of certified autographs that are fake. They're not necessarily fake, just not signed by the person that it's supposed to be. It's not Jim Johnson's autograph. It's Joe Johnson, his brother, who signed him, or Mama Johnson. Sports card ripping teacher says, I'm pretty good at predicting the dumb stuff kids will do in the future. Right. And it might be because we've experienced that dumb stuff in the past. Like, I know what you're up to. Zach says, careful, there is no statute of limitations of outhouse crimes. True, yeah. Mr. Archer, good morning. Where was I joking on the outhouse crimes? Jody, good morning. Sports Section Plus, talk about homecoming antics. One year we spread around skunk piss in the hallways. Ooh. So we never, one thing, at least in my, actually, I think we did one year. Breaking and entering into the school. It was, I know breaking and entering was done. I think one of my it wasn't like a collective act, but I think one of my friends found a way. One of the doors was like kept unlocked to the school, like even like on weekends and after hours, and got in. I don't think they did anything stolen. I don't think they stole anything, but that was not a common activity, I guess, breaking into the school. Sports card ripping teacher says, if you had to go to the Slammer, who would first host? LRS? Guest host. Kyle says, good morning. Wishing you good luck digging through the Goodwill Pallet. Thank you, Kyle. I'm going to show off some of the goodies that we got. Hey, we're also going to play Name That Player today. I've got a good mix. All of these cards, by the way, came from the Goodwill Pallet. I had stacks of cards behind me. So I've got baseball, football, and a couple basketball from some random years. Offbeat All-Stars is in the house. What's going on? Good morning. There is Low Roller Scratcher. We've gone through this how many times? There is no Pokemon in the Goodwill Pallets. No Pokemon in the Goodwill Pallets. Offbeat All-Stars says purchase 2 2022 Heritage Blasters, 1 2023 Heritage Hobby Box, and a Bowman Mega from Steel City. Should be a fun rip. Good luck. Good luck on the rips. Joe Trotto, happy Friday. I think that's another reason I'm getting excited for like the winter months is Black Friday sales, and we'll see what type of wax goes on sale on Blowout. And I don't know. Did I put any orders in last year on Black Friday? I think did I buy the Japanese, the NPB? I think I bought the NPB case. And I still have 2 unopened boxes of that. Let's go into my orders. I haven't ordered much. I've only ordered 2 cases on Blowout, or two items happen to be cases. I ordered what I ordered, a Big League case, and what was in March view order. That was Big League. Big League was in March. Oh, Heritage must have been my April order, view order. Yes, Heritage and Big League. And then the Top Series 1, I think I ordered from Top. So let's see, 2023. So I ordered 2021 Pro Set blaster box case. Yes, and I'm still selling through those. That was a really good buy. That was $300, but made my money back on the Leaf Pro Set case. November 7th, that was the case of Chrome NPB. I paid $800 for that. I've sold through quite a bit, but I've only sold to like one or two. I've only sold actually probably more than that, but one consistently buys the Chrome NPB that I puts up. I did find a whole stack of singles that I should list at some point. It is being recognized by Car Dealer Pro now. Zach says, low roller, good morning, happy Friday. What was your total profit in skill games in 2023? The amount won minus the amount spent. I think if you start showing your profits, Bo will listen. There you go. Double A Card says, good morning. Hope everyone has a great day. Need a big eBay sales weekend. Let's wish it to fruition. Let's all have a good sales, but not a good. Let's have a great eBay sales weekend. Low Roller says Topps owns the Marvel license next year. Low Roller says I made over $1,000 profit on skill games in 2023. There you go. Hopefully you paid your taxes. Tracy, good morning. Zach says, see, this is what I'm talking about. This will change Bo's tone. How much did you spend in skill games to make that $1,000? And do you think investing that amount in something else would have earned you more? There you go. Low Roller wants to know if Johnny can play Pennsylvania skill games since you're going to Pennsylvania. Skip the card show and play skill games at the gas station. Todd says, good morning. Twins cut minor league catcher Derek Bender because he was tipping pitches he wanted the season to end. What the fuck, Derek Bender? I saw that and I'm like, when at first I think Jeff Passan first tweeted something out about it, and I'm like, what? And then it came out, he was telling teammates he wanted the season to end. Was he just drafted this year, I think? 6th-round pick this year? What a fucking idiot. Derek Bender, you're a moron. Zach says, I may bid on the Ray Guy rookie card, 74 Topps Ray Guy rookie at auction. So is the Goich that sells for like 10, 15 bucks. I had the Dan Goich. The Dan Goich was one where I'm like, I had to ask in one of my group chats, I'm like, anybody know why this sells for $10 to $15? I had it listed for, I think, $2. Somebody offered me $1 and I declined it. And then it sold like right away. And I'm like, that's wild. Oh, lawnmowers are here. The lawnmower man. Zach says, I always determine what my one offer will be and then leave it as I treat auctions as my best offer and live to fight another day. Yeah, I put bids in. And I know a lot of people that are snipers that love using Gixxon and sniping tools will say, well, you're losing money. It's like, no, I'm not losing money. I might lose an auction. Maybe I pay more than I could have paid, but I'm not losing money because I budget Adon Sanchez player breaks. I budget X amount. And if I get outbid, I get outbid. But I'm willing to pay, say it's $10. I'm willing to pay $10. And maybe if I used a sniping tool, I could get it for $8. But I don't. And I pay $9.50 or something. But I'm not losing money. Like there's not really many auctions that I'm ever bidding on that it's like I have to have this. I will bid whatever it takes to get this item. It's just I'll fight another day like Zach does. Unicorn Cupcake says, what skill games? The grand prize game from the Bozo show. That would be more my style. I would rather play the Bozo grand prize game. John Myers in the house. Thank God it's free for all Friday. Here we go. Low Roller says the robot probably signing autographs since athletes are lazy. There you go. LRS refers to gambling as skill games. Reason being, you have to be skilled to convince yourself that it isn't gambling. Pennsylvania skill game can be found in Pennsylvania gas stations like 7-Eleven. There you go. I don't think Casey's general stores have skill. I don't even know. Actually, I think in Wisconsin, I don't know. Maybe Zach will know because Zach knows his skill games. Can you play skill games in Wisconsin? I'm not sure. You can in Illinois. When I was coming back from the Pearl Jam concert on Sunday morning, I stopped at a gas station and there was a dude playing skill games in the gas station. Unicorn Cupcake says, "Oh, silly me. Uncle Rich is here. Good morning. Virginia skill games still banned. Orlando's in the house. What's happening? Carrie's in the house. Good morning. Odd stat of the day. The Cubs have won more games against... I saw this. The Cubs have won more games against the American League than the White Sox this season. And the Cubs, not in the American League. How about that stat? And the Cubs aren't even a playoff team. How about that stat? That's amazing. Low Roller says, I use my skill games profit by investing crypto like Bitcoin, Dogecoin, and crypto. There you go. See? Low Roller Scratcher took $10,000 and made $1,000, and now he's going to make $200. He's got his profit from $10,000 down to $200 by using his investing into skill games and crypto. Zach says, couldn't you have made more by just investing the total sum on those items versus wasting it gambling? There you go. Unicorn Cupcake wants to know if he has a job as well. Skill games is my side hustle job. Max says, I ask myself daily, are people really that stupid? Yes. Your average person I would consider a complete idiot. Want the season to end? How about your career? Yeah. So my thought is, like, the only... And again, like, this is kind of like with serial killers and like people that do shit that we don't understand. We don't understand it because we just fortunately are not wired that way. The only thing that I can think that he did this, there's a huge fucking spider outside my window. Jesus. Anyway, the only thing I can think of that made him do what he did because he wanted the season to end is that, and I'm thinking logically, which he was obviously not thinking logically. So he just might be stupid, a complete idiot, is that he just doesn't want to play baseball. And that's logical though. Like I don't want to play baseball. So I'm just going to tip pitches and ruin my career. Oh, I don't have to play baseball anymore. Like, It's none of that is logical. Even me trying to think logically is not logical. TGIF, yes, it is. Lawn mowing day here. Zach says, oh, he wants to know, this is a good question. What is LRS's job if skill games is your side job? I am selling sports cards on ComC, taking online surveys and whatnot giveaways. There you go. Max says, I think they have to be close to on a reservation land. Some in Green Bay and Toma. Okay. So, like, I can't go into Quick Trip in Madison and play skill games. Zach says, well done. Unicorn Cupcake collects milk caps from Wisconsin bars. They have in-game pull tabs. You can win money for only $1 per milk cap. There you go. There you go. Andy Mack says, athletes are lazy. Sports gambling takes all. Jump on board Wisconsin. Right. I don't think you can play DraftKings in Wisconsin. We're slow, man. I moved out of Illinois for this. I can't play skill games and I can't bet online. The hell. Low Roller says crypto is going up again. I bought it in the bear market. There you go. He's making money on crypto. Oh, so I wanted to show off some of my Goodwill Pallet finds. So usually when I get these Goodwill Pallets, I'll open the binders and flip through just to see. But the last couple times I haven't been doing that because I like the surprise element when I bring them down and start going through the boxes. And some of the stuff is on the top. So, and I know this has been mentioned before. It seems like all of the good stuff happens like in the first box. Well, it usually kind of is because they'll sprinkle like the good stuff on top. Now, there's been a lot of good finds down at the bottom, hidden in Tom Brady rookies, Aaron Rodgers rookies, Mike Trout rookies have all been in the middle. In fact, I think all of the biggest hits have been in the middle, not sprinkled on top. That's just to kind of attract you to the box. But it's been a good start, and we'll see what's in the bottom, what surprises may hide underneath. So I love the randomness. What's in this pile. So I love the randomness of what's in the Goodwill palette. Like, here's a cassette tape of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles featuring Ya Kid K. How about that? The cassette's still in it. Spin that wheel. Turtles get real. Like, that's the random stuff I like. Here's a Wisconsin or Packers police set from 1986. Take a bite out of crime. Junior crime fighter. Roger Clemens rookie. 85 Donruss. In a top loader. How about this? See, okay. I would consider myself a hoarder. I think if you've seen my basement, you would agree. My wife would definitely tell you I'm a hoarder. But I am not this level of hoarder. McDonald's fries box with Larry Bird. These are from 1994. There's also a Dr. J, Julius Irving, complete with fry grease. So some just random shit there. This looks fun. Like, I want to break this out and play it. Major League Baseball trivia board game. Spin the wheel. This looks fun. How about an 88 Fleer rack pack? 88 Fleer. What's cool about the 88 Fleer rack packs, I didn't realize this, is they're actual packs inside the rack, where usually it was just like the rack was the pack. I thought this one might, because I did comp this because I wanted to see if LeBron James was in here. It's an unopened pack, 2003, 2002, 2000 Fleer Hoops Hot Prospects. Yao Ming on the front, Dewan Wagner on the back. One sold for like 10 or 15 bucks on eBay, so wasn't as good as I thought. This might actually be worth more. This is from the 1991 National in Anaheim, a VIP, unopened VIP pack from 1991. This is cool. I don't know what's in there. I'm not going to open it. I don't know if there's any on eBay. I would say, if I were to guess I would say probably 20 bucks, maybe 10 bucks. What else? And then there were some singles. These were in the first box. An old postcard, Andy Carey. It's got some writing on it. What's it say? Now for LA Dodgers. Dumbass kids in the 60s writing on their cards. Here's an unmarked checklist. This Glenn Hobby, 63 tops. I almost thought it was like a cutout because it's so miscut. Here's a Lou Brock, Kurt Flood, Cards Clubbers. What else did we find? Here's another vintage with Sandy Koufax. How about that? How about that foursome? Sandy Koufax, Juan Marichal, Bob Gibson, and Gaylord Perry. How about this? 71 tops. Johnny Bench, Tony Perez, Billy Williams. This is, I don't know what the hell this is. Brett Favre. At first I thought it was a magnet, but it's not. It's just got his, it must like jersey retirement day. Let's see. What else did we find? This is just, here's a Roger Clemens. This is a sample card. How about this? I'm going to go see him in a couple of weeks. Sammy, 90 Leaf. I get that would probably, if I were to have Sammy Sosa sign a rookie card, it would be the 90 Leaf. I think I've decided on a baseball because I don't have a baseball signed by Sammy. Let's see. Here's an old Hank Bauer. And then there was a small pile of 70s Blackhawks cards. So those were some of the finds. And that was just in the first box. So there's some other stuff that I found. There's one other thing I'm not going to show because I'm going to gift it to somebody. So I don't want to share. Pretty cool. I was actually shocked that it was something like that was in there. Let's go to the chat. We're going to play Name That Player. Name That Player today. We've got football, basketball, baseball. Let's see. Max says, don't get me started on casinos and gambling. Whole other box of worms. Wilt Chamberlain got hit graded SGC 10, sold 1.7 million. Yeah, I actually, the guy who lined up that deal set up at my card show a couple months ago. And I think he's going to come back at some point in the next couple months. Andy Max says, spin that wheel is a great jam. George says, them fry boxes are the cholesterol of my youth, right? And the funny thing is, I was probably eating a shit ton of, I think I'm saying shit ton. I'm wearing an Anawan hoodie and a Riley Tavern hat. I'm going back to my youth. I don't remember those fry boxes. And like, that was my prime time of, I was into basketball, into McDonald's, but I don't remember those. I remember like the Team USA stuff, but I don't remember those fry boxes. I probably tried to keep them, and my mom's like, no, you're not keeping French fry boxes from McDonald's. Brian is taking his daughter to school, hoping to make it back in time for Name That Player. Let's see. You might make it back in time. I don't know how far of a drive it is, but you might make it. Uncle Rich says the 1991 VIP national stuff is something to auction off. Ooh, okay. Thanks for the tip. Low Roller Scratcher says, you think McDonald's sports cards come back soon since Fanatics own the license Major Sports? Possibly. That Lou and Flood is a great card. Cards, clubbers. Rich likes the hobby card. He was Glenn Hobby from Witt, Illinois. And when they had a high school, which probably closed in the 60s, 70s, probably not long after Glenn Hobby was in high school, their nickname, their mascot in Witt, Illinois, WITT, the Speed Boys, the Witt Speed Boys. That's a great mascot name. 4 Hall of Famers on that card. Yeah. George says, I actually don't know if I have it. I think I do, but I can't remember. Pretty sure I do. That's some of the things like with my Cubs collection. It's like, I'm sure I have this, but maybe I don't. George says, I'd get Sammy to sign my syringe. Hey, come on. Uncle Rich says, I think Bo is going to do just fine in that pallet. It's been a good start. It's been a good start. Unicorn Cupcake says, found a Gaylord in your Gaylord pallet. Not too bad. Yeah. Gaylord in the Gaylord. Uncle Rich says, Kumar had a great debut game last night. I'd wager you'd sell his cards and quickly today. Sold a lot of them yesterday. In fact, we did our little lot experiment yesterday. Everything sold. I still have singles up, but I'm going to have to go back and I think maybe this morning I'll list the rest of my Kumar rockers. Yeah, I sold the 25 card paper lot. I sold the 10 card chrome lot. I sold a 10 card paper lot. I sold multiple singles, and I still have a bunch more singles and inserts, and I've got a chrome refractor that I'll list today. Kumar Rocker, good debut last night. Uncle Rich says, I better be careful of wager with LRS in the house. TD Sports Cards is here. Good morning. George says, Uncle Rich, did you remove my comment telling Offbeat to take the long way round because he wouldn't miss much? LOL. Uncle Rich says, I did not remove it. Uncle Rich says, we have a city town nearby to be called Forney, and their nickname is the Gators. Forney Gators. No way. That is hilarious. The Forney Gators. That is hilarious. That is hilarious. SmackDown's going to be moving to USA Network tonight. I did not know that. George wants to know, did YouTube remove it? I never saw that comment. Bob Hosta says, maybe you mentioned it already, but what does a pallet usually sell for? So this one I actually paid a little more than usual. They raised, I think. Actually, I don't know the weight on this. This was like spilling out, so I probably paid the same per pound price. There's some things I can figure out on the desktop faster than the app, and sometimes it's vice versa. Let's see. This pallet I paid purchases. After tax, I think it was about $680. $685 after tax. $685. So almost $700. Uncle Rich says, okay, well, I need to pay more attention to you then. Max says he doesn't see George's comment. Several hundred, if I recall. It all depends on weight and a couple of other factors. Yeah, typically it's based on weight. It's like 90 cents a pound, I think is there wasn't I didn't see the weight on this one. It wasn't listed. Actually, it might have been listed, but I don't know. But I think it's 90 cents a pound. George says it disappeared, Max. I think YouTube flagged it. Rich didn't move anything. YouTube has been taking down a lot. Yeah, we've noticed that. And it seems to be, I wonder, that doesn't make sense. I was thinking, because I've said the F-bomb a lot today. I've dropped the F-bomb a lot. I wonder if YouTube's like, oh, this guy's going on a rant. I wonder if that's flat. If when I say fuck a lot, I wonder if YouTube is like, oh, we got to settle this guy down. We got to start taking some comments down. But there were random comments they're taking down. Brian says, did we discuss Tua in his poor brain? No, we haven't. No, haven't touched on that. Yeah, Tua, man. That's got to be, and I feel so bad for Tua because this is real life now. I mean, well, it has been, but like the quality of life. Like, I mean, you can't fuck around with concussions. And this is his fourth. So he's got a big decision, but I think he does, fortunately for him, I think his contract, I think there's an injury clause that I saw. Let me Google, so I'm not just speaking out of turn. To a contract. Let's see. Here's Sporting News contract details. So he's got a big time guaranteed deal. Where's the numbers? Contract details. Tua's new deal is for 4 years with a total value of $212 million. His average annual salary is $53.1 million. He got a $42 million signing bonus and $93.1 million guaranteed at signing. So he's guaranteed $167 million. So you could live on that. With the structure of that contract, the Dolphins are absorbing only a $9.5 million cap hit for 2024 before that balloons over the next 4 seasons. I thought there was an additional, so it's guaranteed 167. I thought I read somewhere that there was a injury clause or something that puffed it up. Maybe not. But anyway, he's got a lot of guaranteed money. But yeah, he's like, that's a tough decision that he's got to make. And man, I mean, at the other point, it's like, why is he going head first, and why is he like not protecting himself? Like, I don't know. Has he taken so many hits that he's doesn't think straight when in that situation? I'm no doctor, but it's that's alarming. Yeah, it's like, and who are we to say he should retire or not retire? It's like, you know, I think if that were me, I'd take my 167 million and go home. And but that's me. And when you're in that situation, it's like you're giving up what you love. Like that's like, and there's not 167 million in baseball cards, but it's like, something significant in baseball cards. It's like, okay, something came up where you've got to choose, like take the money or you can never sell baseball cards again. It's like, oh shit, that's a hard decision. So once you put it that way, what's something you love that you can't live without, and give that up? It's not going to be an easy decision for Mr. Tua. George says, I figured that's what it was. Max, anytime I get a hot take out there, the YouTube pulls me back. Where are the sex bots when you really need them? Dude needs to retire. I think I said that in my hobby drive this afternoon. Check it out. Just George, hobby drive. Tomorrow is Topps Hobby Rip Night. Yeah, I think there's quite a few shops participating in the Hobby Rip Night. Someone I follow had his whole channel removed, was able to get it back. 50K plus subs. Holy shit. Uncle Rich says, I already have a couple of packages being prepped for me at some of the LCSs. Nice. George says, we need them, Uncle Rich. I'm on the gin and juice tonight. Bring the bots. Laid back with my mind on my money and my money on my mind. Uncle Rich says, but I recommend going to your LCS tomorrow. It's usually a fun event. George says, dang, Philly, that's some straight dog shit there. Oh, yeah. Ninja Squirrel cards. What's up? And crazy Damar Hamlin was the guy that tackled him. Yeah. And that's got to be jarring for Damar. Like he goes through, what he went through. And then now this being on the other side of it. Many athletes just don't think they'll get hurt. George says he wouldn't have to start selling insurance for a long while if he walked away with that money. Tony's in the house. What's up? Poor Tyreek and Waddle fantasy owners. Terrible what happened to Tua. Absolutely. Unless they gamble it away. Unicorn Cupcake says he should work at his uncle's deli. Here's the Topps link. Hobby night. Topps Hobby night. Hobby Rip night. Where are we at? Wolfman's Goodies. What's going on? Howdy. Uncle Rich says, I've not seen the play, but when you're playing the game, it needs to be instinctive. So don't blame Tua. It was strange, though. If you see the play, it wasn't really instinctive. It was like he put his head straight. It was almost like defenders get thrown out of a game for targeting. It was like he was targeting. Like that's how he went in. And maybe... And I've only seen the video once, maybe twice, but that's how it looked. It looked like he was going in for a spear. It's like, what are you doing? But maybe looking at it closer, maybe he tripped. Yeah, I don't know. So we've got some new people in the chat. Welcome to Hobby Evolution. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. I showed off some of the Goodwill Pallet goodies. Harlan's in the house. Good morning. I'll be going through some more Goodwill Pallet goodies and probably share some more stuff tomorrow morning. I will be live both Saturday and Sunday this weekend. We're still going to play Name That Player. Brian says, if you were taught to use your head like a battering ram, Tua did a good job. A great job. Yeah. George says he went in with a head move that they tell you not to in Pee Wee football in 1987 when I was playing. Right. Exactly. All right. Hey, let's play Name That Player. Don't forget eBay store 99centcards.com. I added some football this week. Some good football singles have been added. At Buy It Now, when you buy 7 or more Buy It Now items at regular price, you'll save 25% off at checkout. I also have auctions running. Discount does not work for auctions. Auctions are live. I've got football auctions running right now that end Tuesday night. We'll go live here on YouTube Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central to count down to the final hammer on those auctions. I've got more football auctions beginning this Sunday night. So more football, actually even more. And I think, honestly, the Sunday night auctions starting up are even better than what's at auction right now. So make sure to check out my store on Sunday night. Let's throw the Name That Player leaderboard up. We've got a mix of football, baseball, basketball today. We've got Uncle Rich in the lead with 19 points. Michael Renicky has soared into second, and Max is in third. Fourth place, Cardboard Hobbyist and Offbeat All-Stars, who's taking his kid to school, is in fifth. Will he make it back in time to play Name That Player? Where are we at? Uncle Rich says, okay, just watched the play. I think he should have led with the shoulder, not the head. Absolutely. Uncle Rich says, I'm waiting for Max and Michael to finally to pass me finally. But Uncle Rich just keeps on chugging, man. George says, I'm drunk, y'all. Enjoy the ride. 5-day weekend. Yes, George, having a good time. How do you like Bo's auctions? More. That's right. You need to be old to understand that reference. I don't think I understand that reference. More. George says, need to mix another drink. Like button and sub. There you go. Thank you, Rich. Today is the day I get a point. Probably. You've got a point before, haven't you? I thought you've had a point in the past. All right, let's play it. We're going to start with football. We're going back to the earliest of the 2000s on this football card. Earliest of the 2000s. New York Jets. Unicorn Cupcake says he's never had a point. I've got to get my YouTube out. Peter says Jets. Hey, we've got a winner. We've got a point. Max is correct. Oh, wait. Yes, Max is correct. First. Let's see. Where are we at? I'm going to go ahead and hit that like button. Wayne Krebet. I want to hit the like button. There we go. Live chat. Max with the point. And he is now in a tie with Michael Renicky. 17 points each. All right. Next up is, here we go. Baseball. Not really junk wax. Kind of just post junk wax. Post junk wax by a couple of years, I would say. It is not Bobby Bonilla. Let's see. It's not Bobby Bonilla. It's not Chet Lemon. That's a good guess. It is Lou Whitaker. Dave Arnold's on the board. Dave Arnold with Lou Whitaker. You are correct. Lou Whitaker goes over in that pile. All right. Dave Arnold on the board. I think, Dave, you got a point last week. I think in Bushnell, it's West Prairie week, isn't it? Bushnell Prairie City against West Prairie this week on the football field, on the gridiron. Dave Arnold with 2 points. Moving on. Dave's going to go see Sammy Sosa with me in a couple weeks. All right, Dave. Bada bing, bada boom. Next up, we're going back to baseball. Okay, this one, we've got to have some qualifiers. Actually, just one qualifier. Actually, I will accept first name, but I will not accept last name only. So it's got to be either the first name or the first and last name, okay? Understood. First name or first and last name. Last name only will not count. Again, last name only will not count. First name only will count. First and last name. It's not Mike. It's not Chili Davis. Max got it. Dom is correct. Dom DiMaggio. Max with the point. All right. So Max is now in second place. How about that? Top three. Uncle Rich, 19. Max, 18. Michael Renicky, 17. All right. Next. Football. All right. Football. No qualifiers on football on this one. George says, fuck y'all. Just kidding. All right. Who is this? Rams. Dave Arnold's got to know this one. St. Louis Rams. But Matt Like got it first, I think. It's not Mark Bulger. Matt Like. He knows his football. Did Dave get it? Where's Dave? Oh, Dave was slow. He got it correct, but he was too slow. Tony Banks. Back when the Rams trained in, Max says, I wasn't first there. Let me see. No. Let's check the YouTube. I got Harlan saying Bulger, Matt Like, Banks, grinding for good, Warner, Max, Banks. And then Rich says Namath. So Matt Like with the point. Let's see. Tony Banks back when the Rams were training in Macomb. Matt, do you have any points this round? Yes. So you're at 2. We got baseball next. Matt is moving up the board. Can't find. There we go. All right. 2 points. Go, Matt. All right. Baseball. All right. Here we go. Score. Look at that big old chaw in his lip. Tom Browning is correct. Oh, we got a whole bunch. I think Uncle Rich. I'm going to go to YouTube and see. Uncle Rich. Got it. Uncle Rich. Uncle Rich just keeps on chugging, man. 20 points. Keeps on chugging. Tom Browning. A lot of people got Tom Browning. Joe Trotto says, are you sure? I am positive. I'm positive it's Tom Browning, and I'm positive Uncle Rich was first. All right. Where are we at? Basketball. Only a couple basketball today. I got to figure out where his name is. There we go. This is a tough one. Golden State Warriors. I might have to give some clues on this. Unless you know your late 90s, early 2000s basketball. It is not a Donald Foyle. Wow. Several people got it. It is Antoine Jameson. From North Carolina. Who got it first? Let's see. It wasn't Foyle. Scotty Dubs. Oh, wait. I've got Matt on on StreamYard first. I've got Scotty Dubs second. And it's reversed. All right. Uncle Rich says I have Scotty Dubs. I have Scotty Dubs on YouTube. So we're going to go with YouTube. We're going to go with YouTube and Scotty Dubs. All right. Scotty Dubs with 3 points. All right. And there we go. Matt says Matt like wins. So yeah, tie goes to the YouTube. Tie goes to the YouTube. All right. Next, vintage baseball. Vintage baseball. I would have no idea who this is. But he was a star pitcher for the Red Sox. Wood is correct. Wood is correct. Wilbur Wood. Wilbur Wood. Uncle Rich with the point. Hey, we got quite a few. That dude, Scott Hermanson. Nope, that one goes over there. Uncle Rich was the first. Bill Brasky. Uncle Rich extends the lead. He's at 21. We're going back to football. Matt Like, here's your chance, buddy. Matt Like. Not enough kids name their kids Wilbur anymore. No. All right. Football. I think a lot of you will get this one. Mr. Ed killed the name. Hello, Wilbur. Tim Couch is correct. Tim Couch is correct. The YouTube says Max. Tim Couch. Max with the point. And he is at 19. All right, next up, we're back to baseball. Oh, this should be, I think this should be an easy one. All right, next up, baseball. 2001 Fleer Focus, San Francisco Giants. It is not Barry Bonds. It is Ellis Burks. And I think Max got it again. Ellis Burks. Max was there. All right, Max with the point. And he is at 20. 21-20. Where's Michael Renicky? I don't think he's in the chat this morning. All right, next up. Next up, basketball. Another early 2000s. I think this should be a gimme if you watch basketball in the 90s and early 2000s. Grant Hill is correct. I am not going to credit Jill. I am not going to credit Jill. Hill is correct. Grant Hill. He could have been an all-timer. All right. Offbeat All-Stars. 8 points. Okay. Okay, well, we've got some people. Let's take a vote. Max was first. Actually, I think Max was first. Yes. Okay, he did correct himself quickly. We are going to take back the point. So typically, typos are okay, but if they spell out a different name, I don't give a point. But Max did correct himself. We are going to take down the point, and we are going to give that one to Max. And Max is tied with Uncle Rich at 21. All right. There you go, Grand Hill. Jills did play basketball. All right, next we've got 3 cards left, 2 football and a baseball. Kendall Jill, right? Exactly. Detroit Lions. Herman Moore is correct. Herman Moore. We had 3 come at the same time. Max with the point. Max with the point. And he takes the lead. 22 points. All right, 22. Next up, Chicago White Sox. Carlos Lee is correct. Carlos Lee. Offbeat All-Stars gets his point. Carlos Lee. All righty. And he now Offbeat All-Stars goes to 8 points. All right, next up. Last card. San Diego Chargers. Jim Everett is correct. Jim Everett. And the first grinding for good. We'll give you Everfett. We'll accept all typos now. All typos are being accepted. Everfett is correct. Grinding for good with the point. Where are we at? Grinding for good. Is that your first point this round? Grinding for good has his first point. So, a new week. Uncle Rich has been predicting for the last several weeks when Max finally takes him over. It's today. 22 points, 21 for Uncle Rich. Michael Renicky, 17. Card Hobbyist, 13. Offbeat All-Stars has 8. SoCal Guy with 5. Nick and that dude have 4 each. Double A and Scotty Dubs with 3. Minneapolis Kid has 2. Joe Trotto has 2. Dave Arnold and Matt Like each now with 2 points. Scott Hermanson, John Maybe, Harlan, Mikey, Spam Likely, Examine Baseball, Terry McDaniel all have 1 point. So does Flawed Thinker. So does Peter. So does Brian K. So does Orlando. So does Grinding for Good, all with 1 point each. Don't call him Chris. Absolutely. Was it Jim Rome? Jim Everett attacked Jim Rome for like, don't call me Chris. Call me Chris one more time. Oh, don't call him Chris. Great moment in broadcast history. Absolutely. Okay, Chris. What a like slimy little shit Jim Rome was for doing that. Like, what the hell? Let's see. Where are we at? Let's see. First time, long time. Orlando, you have a point. Yeah, I got 1 point. You got a point last week. Made Jim Rome's career when that happened as well. Yeah. Alrighty. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel. Visit my eBay store over at 99centcards.com. Check out the auctions. If you're into football, we've got football auctions going. I've got new auctions starting on Sunday night. We'll have another round of Tuesday night auctions. We'll stream live on Tuesday night right here on YouTube to watch the final hammer on those auctions Tuesday night. I will go live Saturday, Sunday. I've got no plans for the weekend. So tomorrow morning, probably 8:30 a.m. Central. There may or may not be Hobby Hotline. There wasn't a show last week, so there might be Hobby Hotline. I don't know. Uncle Rich, is there going to be Hobby Hotline tomorrow? Might turn it on and be like, oh, they don't have a show today. So we'll probably go on about 8:30 tomorrow morning. Of course, that changes. Uncle Rich says there should be Hobby Hotline. Alrighty. So have a great Friday. Max says Wisconsin Rapids card show tomorrow. Oh, Orlando is going to be on Hobby Hotline tomorrow. All right. Very nice. Card show in Wisconsin Rapids tomorrow. Also Macomb, I think, is tomorrow, correct? Macomb card show down in Macomb, Illinois. So there you go. Card show in Camp Hill, Pennsylvania. Anybody else going to card shows this weekend? Alrighty. Have a great Friday. Have a great weekend if I don't see you. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow morning. See you then.